Hi, YouTubers. Something important, so something kind of damn important. So, anyway, I would do a ramble right now. Nice big ass ramble, like a big ass cigar. So, this has to do with alcohol. So, currently, I am 5 days, almost 5 days of no alcohol. Now, first off, if you didn't see my video, you might say, WTF, like, what the hell, Smoking Assy? Like, what the hell? It's like, why aren't you drinking the hard ciders or the Coronas? Not coronavirus, but Corona's the beer. So, and the answer is, obviously I don't drink Corona anymore, not coronavirus, but Corona because it has gluten, wheat, freaking gluten, and obviously I've been gluten-free since 2017, but why am I not drinking any alcohol in general? And the answer is because of the fatty liver. So, I discussed back on, I believe it was Saturday, how I basically had the fatty liver and how my doctor, nice big ass doctor, like the big ass cigar, how he's basically recommending that I consume very, 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 very minimal alcohol. Now, for a long time, for about a year and a half now, I haven't been following his orders exactly. I think 1 drink a day is actually too much, and his orders would be minimal alcohol. My doctor, nice big ass doctor, like a big ass cigar. So I think minimal alcohol for fatty liver, for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NASH, can't pronounce it, basically would be around 1 drink every 6 weeks. So that's the recommended amount. So obviously in my case, my fatty liver is non-alcohol related, meaning I'm not an alcoholic, I'm not a drug addict, I'm not somebody who has hepatitis, I'm somebody who has a fatty liver and a small amount of fibrosis in my liver due to my weight, being fat, fat ass like the big ass cigar, for a better word, being a fat son of a bitch. Well, not really, just kidding, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. But yeah, so in my case, it's obesity related as well as diet related, as well as, for example, sugar and also fat in general, like cholesterol. So basically, I have to work on, and I'm finally starting to really address the problem, especially over the last year or so. So over the past year, I've been really addressing the fatty liver problem with the exception of the alcohol. So over the past year, I've still had 1 drink a day, which again is probably too much, too fucking much, because the recommended amount, like I said, is about 1 drink every 6 weeks. Now, if you have a alcoholic fatty liver, it's recommended no alcohol whatsoever for the indefinite future, even when you're cleared of the fatty liver, because you clearly have a problem with alcohol. For people who have a problem with alcohol, go to a fucking treatment program. It's like, and I don't mean to sound like a dick or anything, it's like, but if you are an alcoholic, that's a serious, serious medical problem, and you need to get that addressed ASAP. I'm not saying you have to convert to a 12-step program, but that's a serious medical issue. I mean, you could have serious medical problems, and you will probably have withdrawal symptoms when you stopped using alcohol, so see a fucking doctor, it's like, if you're alcoholic, for a better word. However, in my case, like I said, it's non-alcohol related, so I have to focus on minimal alcohol. Now, I have done a good job over the past year of really reducing my weight. So I went from about 249 to 232. So that's about a 17-pound weight loss, and that's good because for every 20 pounds you chip off of your weight, it actually reduces things like your blood pressure, your sugar levels, your cholesterol, your triglyceride levels quite a bit. But I was still having 1 alcoholic drink a day, which again is too much, because for somebody who has a non-alcoholic fatty liver, it's recommended at the most, ideally no alcohol, but maybe 1 drink every 6 weeks. So I was still having way too much alcohol. Not that I have a problem with alcohol, but it was still too much for my current condition, my current medical condition. So currently I'm consuming, right now, no alcohol. Do I have any withdrawals? Hell no. I don't have any withdrawals because I'm not chemically addicted to alcohol. Now, if I went 4 days or 5 days with no smoking, I would probably be a little bit irritable. It's like, I could be kind of pissed off. It's like, because honestly, I'd be pretty pissed off because I am much, much, much more addicted to nicotine than I am alcohol. So alcohol, it's something I enjoy. I enjoy having a glass of wine. I enjoy having a beer, or I enjoy having a cider, or a glass of scotch, or a glass of bourbon. But it's not something I have to do, because keep in mind, I'm drinking for the flavor, the taste, the aroma of the alcohol, not to get drunk. See, somebody who's an alcoholic, a fucking alcoholic, is basically coming home from work, drinking until they pass out drunk. That's what an alcoholic does, or somebody who just every night goes to the bar and gets fucking wasted, and basically just drinks until they basically get physically sick. That's an alcoholic who's drinking for the crutch, for the self-medication to suppress problems like such as, I don't know, domestic violence, or for example, suppressing, post-traumatic stress disorder during childhood, or PTSD, or for example, suppressing mental health issues or mental illness, like bipolar or schizophrenia. That's what an alcoholic is doing. In my case, it's something I enjoy. I enjoy going out to a restaurant. I enjoy seeing if they'll card me, obviously, because I like to look like a grown-ass man, like a big-ass cigar, and showing my ID, and, having a mixed drink, or having like a margarita, or having, like, for example, a beer. So it's not something I have to do, and because I have a non-alcoholic fatty liver, and alcohol is not a problem for me, I can still have a drink every 4 to 6 weeks, no problem. It's like, 1 drink a month, even 2 drinks a month, is probably not going to kill me in the long run. However, 1 drink a day, even though it's not a problem for your general person, your healthy person, your average healthy person, it's a problem for me because I have the fatty liver due to my weight, my excess sugar intake, my excess fat intake, my excess cholesterol intake, my excess carbohydrate intake. In my case, even 1 drink a day is too many. So that's the whole fucking point. So at the end of the day, after 5 days, almost 5 full days of no alcohol, I have no withdrawals. I don't have any headaches. I don't have any moodiness. I don't feel, for example, I was reading all kinds of, online, the typical withdrawal symptoms from alcohol. I don't have any of them. So it's not a problem for me because, again, I'm not drinking for the buzz. I don't even like being drunk. I've been drunk a couple times over my life, and believe me, it's a feeling I don't like. I've been drunk maybe half a dozen times in my life. I'm 31 years old. I fucking hate the feeling of being drunk. I mean, for a better word, I fucking hate the feeling. I do not like the feeling of being drunk. See, an alcoholic, somebody who's an alcoholic, who has addiction issues, who's a drug addict, they love that feeling. They love the feeling of being buzzed. They love the feeling of being drunk, or they love it enough to keep doing it. So somebody who's an alcoholic will just keep drinking to get drunk over and over and over again. It's not like what they call social drinking. See, what I'm doing when I drink is called social drinking, or drinking in what's called moderation. So, and for your average healthy adult, up to 2 drinks a day for a healthy adult man, or up to 1 drink a day for a healthy adult woman, is actually really not that bad for you. Ideally, a couple drinks a week, really not that bad for you. Nor am I encouraging in any way, shape, or form for you to do it. What I'm saying is, for your average healthy adult, that's the medical recommended amount. But because I have the fatty liver that's related to my obesity, I have to basically steer clear of alcohol for a while until I'm given the okay by my doctor. But the whole fucking point of the video is that I have no withdrawals after 5 days. After 5 days, I don't have headaches. I'm not shaking. I'm not throwing up bile. I'm not, feeling all sweaty and cold. It's like, and that's actually a good thing, because that proves that my body is not chemically addicted to alcohol. My body is not chemically addicted. So say I had to go in for surgery, God forbid I had to go in for surgery, I wouldn't, experience like any withdrawal symptoms in the hospital, which makes sense. It makes sense that my body is not chemically addicted because I don't drink that much. You might say, oh, Smoking Essie's a big time drinker of the Coronas, not coronavirus, but Coronas, I'm really not that big of a time drinker, I mean, again, like I said before, if I was, in terms of smoking, it's like if I had to quit smoking for 5 days, like for example, if I got COVID and I had to quit smoking for 5 days, yeah, that would fucking suck. It's like, that would blow. It's like, I would be terribly pissed off. I'd probably be sick with COVID, but I wouldn't want to smoke. It's like, yeah, that would really suck if I had to quarantine for 5 days due to COVID exposure or being sick with COVID. But, I mean, that's why I wash my hands a lot. I make sure not to touch my face, that kind of crap. But But the whole freaking point is, it's like, yeah, it's like, that proves that my body's not chemically addicted to alcohol. It's like, the fact that I've gone 5 days now with no withdrawal symptoms, and it says on Google between 2 hours and 4 days after you stop using alcohol, you could experience withdrawal symptoms, and I have no withdrawal symptoms. I'm not moody, I don't have headaches, and I was watching a video on YouTube of a person who's actually an alcoholic. They were talking about their experience with alcohol, and they had, I believe, cirrhosis of the liver, alcohol-related cirrhosis, and I'm not going to mention the person's name because that's doxing, obviously, but it was really sad because, they were talking about, like, if they even stop drinking for a couple days, like, they get all kinds of, like, shaking, throwing up bile, feeling absolute fucking shit. It's like, it's really sad. So, thankfully, alcohol is not a problem in my case, and hopefully by cutting out alcohol pretty much entirely, I will rid myself of this stupid fucking fatty liver. So, anyway, bye.